It's John Baab from the Reign of Kindo. I'm here for a rig rundown with pickup jazz. I'm going to run you through my setup real quick. So my number one guitar that I use, it's a Fender Stratocaster. It's one that I pieced together. The body is an older Japanese body, and the neck is a Mexican anniversary neck from 2004 that I really loved. It has the thin frets here, so I really enjoyed that. Vintage tuners, kind of like spec to an old guitar. And I'm running a stereo setup right now. I'm running one through my Blues Junior. It's a Fender Blues Junior 3 that I modified. Put a custom solid maple cabinet from Carl's Custom Guitarists on it. And I replaced the stock speaker with a Eminence Little Texas. And my objective with that was just to make it a bit lighter to carry around in New York City. If I had to go to a gig and take it on the subway, just pick this up, take it. It's still a bit heavy, but it sounds really great. And then this is my my baby. It's a 66 Princeton, or I'm sorry, it's a 65 Princeton rather. You see it's a black face. And I don't take this out much, but I do take it out on the road sometimes to run a stereo rig. And that brings us to the pedal board. So I try to run, again, a very simple pedal board, light to carry around to gigs. And you know, I start with just the tuner pedal, the Korg Pitch Black. I really love it. And then I move on to the EP booster here, which is a boost pedal, but I keep it on all the time, and it has an Echoplex preamp in it. That's what the EP stands for. So it really boosts up your tone a little bit. So I really love to keep that on all the time. I move on then to a Crybaby, a mini wah, which is great to fit on these little boards, like I said, just for carrying around. I go on to my trusty #1 pedal. This is an 83 tube screamer, Ibanez tube screamer. So these pedals, after this particular year, they changed the electronics inside of them, so they sound very different. So if you get one pre-1983, which is when Ibanez changed to the CE, you'll see inside the pedal. This is before that era, so it's one of the original wirings. I really love it. And I use this for my main, my first stage of gain. And then I'll move on to this MXR 78 distortion, and I'll always use this in conjunction with the tube screamer. So I first get like a nice warm tone with this, and then this adds that extra gain, that extra dirt for more like rock kind of things. Moving on, I go into a TC Electronics mini booster. It's a spark pedal, and I really love this guy because if you just want to hit one lick and boost that one lick, all you do is hold it down and it'll just boost it for that lick. You take your foot off and you're good to go. If you want to boost the entire section, you can just click it on like any other pedal, and then you can take it off when you want. But I just like to use it to get that one lick a little bit hot, just hold it down, pull it off. From there, I don't use this too much unless the gig calls for it, but it's a ditto looper pedal. So I'll use this if I need to loop some chords and jam over it, mostly if I'm doing solo gigs or like a duo gig or something like that. And then the last two pedals I have in my chain, this one I also keep on pretty much all the time. It's an MXR carbon copy analog delay pedal. And like I said, I usually keep that on all the time, just slight, nothing too drastic. It just adds this nice kind of modulation to your sound. And then I run into a Hardwire DL8, which is a delay / looper pedal. And it has a bunch of different modes on it. I mostly use it in analog delay, and then I'll also sometimes use it for reverse delay. It also has a looper built into it, 20-second looper, so I don't really need to use that anymore because of the ditto, but it has that feature as well, so it's a great pedal. It can do a lot of things. So that's my board, and that's mainly what I use, and I really work the pedal board when I'm playing, because along with the pickup selection on the Strat, you can really manipulate different tones with different combinations. So for different songs, you'll see me doing the dance when I'm playing the show, just to turn on the pedals I need and get that tone out.